You know the definition of insanity?
Guys, welcome back to the channel. So, if you've been watching, you know we are basically done with the waterbed. And the plastic pearl, well, I can only do one coat of resin a day. And gets boring pretty quick. Spending 15 minutes doing this and then not having anything else to do. So, since we're ahead of schedule, we are going to be working on none other than the Rub and Tuggy. So as you can see, she's in the garage. Now this, we're going pretty simple. We're just going one layer of foam board on the bottom. It should be fine. I've seen people make these with just plywood and they float. So this is not a bed, this is a sandbox. Yeah, it was free. Someone was throwing it away, so we grabbed it. And, oh, on that note, hold on a second. Yeah, this happened also. 10 miles away. So, first thing we're going to do, I guess we should probably clean this thing. But, while this is soaking, I'm going to get this traced out, and we're going to start cutting. So, let's go. Okay, so this boat we're going to do a little different. We're going to sandwich the boat in between two pieces of plywood. And to do that, we're going to need a piece of plywood. As you can see, this is 47 inches. And the longest part here is going to be 36 inches on the inside. Well, we know plywood's 4 feet, so we got the 47 inches there. Here is the real test. And we got 38 inches, so we will be able to use this scrap piece here for the inside. And that should work out quite well. So let's get this stuff cut. Well, she's all cut. And wow, this boat is small. But this is a fun boat. So yeah, let's get this glued and shaped. Alright, we got the bottom all shaped and rounded. And I'll always be the first one to admit when I fuck up, and yeah, I already fucked up.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
So just looking at this, I forgot to put a drain plug in. And that's going to be an issue. Mostly for when these are just sitting, but yeah. Let me go get the body, put it on here, and figure out where we're going to do a drain plug. And we're going to have to cut out all the foam, pretty much. And yeah, this is going to suck. So let me get this figured out. Alright, well, for my purposes, I just marked a little hole where I think it's the center. I'm going to use an 1¼ bit, and I'm going to go straight through everything. Down through the bottom of the hole, through the plywood, and through the foam. Then we're going to flip it over, and we are going to notch it out. So let's get this done. This product is not to be used for flotation. The fuck it ain't. You know, it blows my mind that I don't have a 10-inch piece of 3/4-inch PVC laying around. But I have a 6-inch piece, and I have a 4-inch piece with a 90 on it already. And I have a coupler, so we're going to make something happen. Here's how we solved our fuck up. Just kind of chamfered that all out. Pipe goes in. We cut a little radius in this, and we'll silicone that in. And when we glass over it, it'll be like it never happened. So yeah, let's get this done. Yeah, I didn't see that coming. That's going to slow us down. So while we are waiting on parts for the plastic pearl over here, we are going to move back to the Rub and Tuggy. So I think next up, we're going to make a template for the inside of this. Now we have a leftover piece of plywood. This is basically 4 feet front to back by 3 feet side to side. Well, we have 4 feet over here left over, and we have 38 inches, so plenty of room here. So I'm gonna throw something down here, make a template, transcribe it to the plywood, and we're gonna cut out the bottom of this floor here, just because well, we're stuck here until we get the parts. So let me get on this. I didn't fuck it up too bad, just like 2 little spots, but yeah, I think that'll work. So let's get this cut and see how bad it fits. Okay, well, the smart thing for me to do would be to trace this out and then cut it. The dumb thing would be for me to just leave this laying there and attack it with the jigsaw. Think you know where we're going with this. See you in a minute. There is a slight possibility that my sawhorse might have got nipped once or twice, but until I see you guys cutting after 10 beers, don't judge me. I would love to say I put it in here and it fit right away, but here's the reality. But you're better off being bigger than smaller. So let's trim this down and go for try number 2. Oh, now we're good. Now we're not worried about any of these little gaps or anything here because we're going to cake this with fiberglass resin and just let it roll over to the sides after we silicone this down to the bottom. So yeah, I'm calling this a win. And we are done with the saw for the most part. As you can see, I have been jumping back and forth between the plastic pearl and the rub and tuggy. And the rub and tuggy, I just mocked up the lights where they're going. Now, the way that this boat is designed, or I should say sandbox, I'm going to do all the wiring first, and then I'm going to fill up the insides with foam. And then I'm going to sandwich the top plate onto the bottom plate. So let me get this flipped over real quick, and I'll show you what we're doing. Okay, well, I figured you didn't want to watch me run wires, because that's just boring, but as you can see, we got all our lights hooked up. And over here, I put a separate switch in. Probably going to run this up into here and have a horn. So, yeah, now I can flip this over and fill up the bottom with foam. And we can get that bottom sandwiched between that top with the boat in the middle. So, that'll be a tomorrow project. So you mean to tell me, of all the people in this world to not have a working foam gun, it's me? I mean, I even thought this one had a shot, but nope, she's frozen. So yeah, I gotta rebuild these. This gun is just jammed. This gun, jammed. Yeah, good times. So anyway, we're going to be filling this up with foam, but we're not just going to be using regular foam. We're going to be packing it with foam board just to take up some volume. So I'm going to get this cutting in place, and I'll show you where we're at once I get a foam gun working. All right, as you see, I got all this excess foam, and I am just snapping it in half and throwing it down there. Not too worried about it being neat. It's going to get filled in with foam, but no reason to waste that much foam when I have all this laying around, and I got to throw it away anyway. So I'm going to get this packed out. I'm going to do everything except for the rear bulkhead because I got to add wood there. So let me get this set up. So obviously I'm just going through jamming scraps down, and then we are just filling this up. And then, you know, we'll cut it flush. I just want the boat to be rigid because these are pretty flimsy. And luckily I got the long gun working so I can get down really deep. But we'll get there. Alright, first part of the bulkhead, I just took a 2x12, cut it down 7 inches, and it is pinched in here really, really tight. I'm going to do something here just to support it. Then we're going to fill this in with foam. And on the top, I'm probably going to wrap it with metal, but we'll get to that later on. Let me look for some scrap wood, see if I can get this all set. So it turns out that a 4x4 and a 2-inch piece of foam board fits pretty damn well. So also I cut myself a scrap. So we're gonna jam this into there. I'll throw some screws down here and here just to hold this, and then the rest we're gonna fill with foam. I could throw foam board in here, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be cutting through the top to put cup holders in, and I don't want to deal with foam board. So let's get this screwed and filled. And then, well, parts just came in for the plastic pearl, so we're going to jump over there. Here we go. She is all filled up. Now, you might be asking yourself, why did we go with white foam in the back and orange foam everywhere else? Well, there's a very, very specific reason for that. I ran out of orange foam. But this is going to be a little easier to cut when we have to put cup holders in, which I should have done beforehand, but whatever. We're past that stage now. So we're going to let this dry. And to think, this is all flat half hour ago. Damn. That's like 4 or 5 inches high. But I know it's real wet underneath. Don't really know if cutting little relief slits in it helped, but it is what it is. I am not sure what the hell in the spray foam failure happened here, but wow, it was not good. So let's get some more foam and fill this up. Maybe it was just, nah, it wasn't too thick. I don't get it. Either way, part 2. As you can see, we are now all filled with foam. So I think, and the only reason I'm doing this is because I have it left over, we are going to flex seal the top of this foam. And honestly, by then, I think she'll be ready to float, but we're still going to fiberglass this all up. So let me get some flex seal on here. Okay, at this point, I am confident that this bitch will float as it is. Now, are we going to be adding buoyancy to it? Oh, hell yeah, because we have the world's widest surfboard right here to attach to the bottom. But right now, I think we're already good. So we're going to let this set up and see you guys in the morning. We are finally ready to attach the top to the bottom. So as you can see, I put the tow hook in here. Now how this is going to work, on the rare occasion we need to tow these, we'll just bring an eye hook with us. That'll get bolted in there and it'll be able to pull from the bottom. Otherwise, this thing's just going to go straight underwater if we pull right from there. So I was debating on if I should wait for someone to get home to help me lift this thing up, but I'm not really a patient person. If I put this on the ground, I can just lay the boat right on it. So I'm going to get this all caulked up and we're going to get her on the ground. As you can see, we got the spider web of caulk down here, so let's get this on and try not to destroy it. Pretty good. Now we just sandwich it. We're going to screw right through this plywood, through the plastic, and through the other plywood. So, see you in a minute. All right, we have the first coat of resin on the inside just to waterproof this all. And in the meantime, this has always been a problem when I fiberglass over this. So I think I'm going to take some Bondo glass and just fill in this gap. Caulk doesn't really work that well, but Bondo glass will help seal this together anyway. And then I'm going to roll up it with fiberglass mesh. So let me take a break from the garage because I'm getting a little high here, and I'll be back out in an hour. So here we are. As you can see, we are all bondoed up, and for the most part, this thing as it sits is completely waterproof. We could throw this in the water right now and not have a problem. However, we're still going to throw some resin on it, throw some mesh on it, throw another 2 coats of resin on it, paint it, then throw another 2 coats and paint it again. Because we do not do anything half-assed around here. At least on camera. So, yeah, what I'm about to do is kind of boring. I might record a little bit of it, but for the most part, I will see you guys in a week. And then the fleet will be complete. I may have forgot to record putting on the fiberglass, but let me just recap. We mix the resin, we put it on the foam, we throw the mesh over, and then we pour more resin over it. That's it. Pretty simple. So this is the budget boat. We're going to spend a total of under 30 bucks on this entire boat. The resin is left over, the cloth is left over. Now granted, I had to kind of piece it in here and there, but hey, left over. You get what you get, and that's it. So we're going to do this like 5 or 6 more times. I think we're going to sand this though, because this is a little rough with all these different pieces in here. So we're going to hit it with the sander. Then we're going to put a second coat on, third coat on, whatever. And we'll get her done. So it's been a couple days. And as you can see, we are all done with all the fiberglass work. And we did hit it with a little bit of paint just to blend it all in. And overall, it looks pretty nice. So now I am just wiring up the horns here, which I did just wire. Tested them out. They work great. However, I went through the wrong hole. So if you look at this, I'll just show you. When this sits up here, there are my wires on that side. However, my feed is over there. So, yeah, I got to reroute these wires. Good times. I'll be right back. All right, I'm not going to lie. Getting that top on was a struggle, the way it kind of pinches in there. But, as you can see, I'm pretty happy. All the lights are working, so that means the foam didn't kill anything there. And the horn, that works too. So yeah, this boat, just basic electronics, because I don't know how much this is going to get used, so I'm not going to throw a bunch of money at it. So next up, I think we're going to do the floor. But this boat, probably going to be rolling with a 12-volt battery, like one that's in there. So I think I'm going to make a little compartment here for it. Then I'll do the floor. Then I'll do the bulkhead. Although, I'm sure the way I have this lined with wood, this would hold the motor just fine. I still feel better with a piece of steel. So, yeah, those three things. And this is done. She'll be joining the plastic pearl and the waterbed in the fleet. So we're going to fast forward quite a bit. And as you can see, yeah, we're pretty much done. Now, I did not plan on ending the video here. I actually planned on building like a nice steel bulkhead because I actually have leftover metal laying around. However, these motor mounts are all the way out and I have zero room. This motor barely fits. So, as you can see, all the lights are working. We got all our nav lights, we got our anchor light all hooked up to this switch here. Floor, well, this was left over from the plastic pearl. So this cost us nothing. I just did a quick recount of all the money I spent on this, and basically it was the lights and the horns. These lights were 16 bucks. That light was 13, and the horns were 10, which, yeah, they work good. Yeah, it was a little bit of a bitch running all the wires through here, you know, magnet fishing. But she's done. So that's going to do it, guys. Next time you see these boats, they're going to be on the water. And that's going to be quite a few months from now because it is the end of December. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and all that stuff these successful YouTubers tell you to do. And get off the couch and get in the garage. Who in their right mind would buy a broken Star Wars land speeder? I mean, it's broke. What could you even do with this thing?